Hey YouTubers, do you actually take into account the fact that you are going to want to retire one day? One day you're going to be a little bit older than you are now, and you're going to make the decision that you no longer want to work the same job that you work today, or that you are going to live on passive income because you are no longer actively going to be working. Have you ever taken that into account? I'm guessing that you probably have. And if you have, then this video is for you. Keep watching. What's up, YouTube? I am Shanika Lawrence. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I have so much more in store for you. So preparing for retirement is a very real phenomenon. Preparing for retirement is something that we should be thinking about now in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s. Hopefully before 40, you've already considered retirement. But even if you have not and you want to get started now, then now is the perfect time to get started in preparing for retirement. You know, there are a lot of realities in the world, a lot of things that we overlook. And I do think that sometimes preparing for the future is one of those things that we overlook. The reality is that we are going to get to an age where we no longer want to work. We are going to get to a place where, we want to live off of passive income, or, we want to travel and, kind of have systems in place for our businesses. We don't want to have to be doing this actively every day. We want to be able to retire. And if you know that right now, then we should be preparing for that. It's so important to consider our end from our beginning. Where do you want to be in 20 years? What are your expectations for, how life will be for you in the next 10 years? What kind of systems do you want to put in place? How would you imagine that you would be getting income or making money or still being able to, support the different things that you have built over the years? How are you going to have the income to support those different things when you do get to that age? And the answer is preparation. Aging is inevitable. Now is the time to prepare. When we prepare for something, we are actually pre-cutting something. You are removing the layers so that, whatever could possibly happen, whatever you could possibly be faced with, you are already ready for that when it comes. And so this is the importance of preparing for anything that we, know is coming, or that we believe is coming, that we would, have the tenacity and the discipline to put aside things that we should be putting aside, like the funds, like the time to be able to prepare for our retirement. So not only are you going to prepare for your retirement by, again, putting systems in place for your business, or making sure that your business is giving you a certain amount of income, or through things that you have on your job or things like that. But, for the purpose of this video, I want to talk about preparing for retirement through investment accounts. So any kind of investment account that could be an actual retirement account, such as a 401k or a 403b, and also mutual funds. Any of those kinds of accounts that would actually be able to render you more than you have put in over the years. So this is also called compound interest. And I know that sometimes we kind of, again, overlook or dismiss the importance or the significance or the brilliance of compound interest. It's one thing to put your money somewhere where it's going to be increasing or doubling or tripling over the years, versus putting your money in a savings account at a bank. If you don't know, putting your money in a bank will only get you maybe 0.01% at the most. And this is all that you can get on the money that you put in the bank over the years. So if you put $10,000 in the bank today, then in about 20 years, you might have about 10,005 cents, 10 cent maybe, at the most, so you're not building enough interest, enough to combat inflation. You really have to take into account that also. So if you do, it's almost like, you're losing money if you put it into a non-interest bearing account. So the smarter route to go would be to put your $10,000 in a interest-bearing account. I wanted to do an example today just to kind of show you what I really mean by compound interest. So for this example, I just went to the calculator site, and the calculator site is a good site that you can go to. You can see mortgage calculators there, compound interest calculator. Now, also too, before I continue, I just want to let you know that I do have a small background in finance. I did work with a financial company for a couple of years. Right now, I still mildly work with them. So, I still have, a little bit of knowledge on some of these things. So I went to the calculator site, and again, I went to the compound interest calculator. And for the sake of, the video, again, just having the same example, I just gave you the example of if you put your $10,000 in the bank, what would happen. Now let me show you if you put it in an interest-bearing account, what kind of things could be, bared over 10 years. So I just did an initial balance of $10,000, and I'll just say that the interest rate on this interest-bearing account, the normal interest on a interest rate account is anywhere from 8 to 12%. And yeah, you can kind of fluctuate. You might go a little bit below that. You might go even beyond that, but those are like the normal ranges for interest on an interest-bearing account. So let's just go with the lowest, and let's go with 8%. And then we're gonna put in 10 years. So we just put in $10,000 in an interest-bearing account for 10 years that is bearing 8% with no more deposits. So we're not considering the fact that, we're gonna put, $200 or $300 more every month. We're only putting $10,000 in this account that is bearing interest of 8% over 10 years. And calculate. So now over 10 years, after you put that $10,000 in, you have an ending balance of $22,196.40. Wow, that means that your fund has increased by $12,196.46. Could you get that if you put that in a bank? I don't think so. You would never get that if you put that in a bank. Matter of fact, what the bank does is they go and put your money in some kind of account like this, and they get this kind of money off of your money. But you instead could be getting this kind of return on your money. This is what we call money working for you, and you not working for your money. So again, this is the importance of putting your money in a place where it's going to gain over time, aka a retirement fund. Now think about if we were to have started this process 10 years prior, how much more money would we have gained over 20 years versus 10 years? And this is why it is so important to begin as soon as you can to start preparing for your retirement, because the earlier the better. The earlier the time that you have to compound your interest, the bigger your return will be in the end. So not only here where we only put $10,000 in our account and we didn't put any more money in there, but if you would consider the fact that maybe you put your $10,000 in and then you also put $400 or $500 in every month, just imagine how much money that would be over time. Now, just for the sake of examples, let's just do it. So let's say that you did put $10,000 in your account that was 8% over 10 years again, and we did a deposit amount of let's say $250. Just keep it simple, $250 a month, and we wanted to calculate that and see how much that would be. We instead now would have $67,932.91 over the year, which means that, first we did a $10,000 deposit, and then over that 10 years, we made a $30,000 deposit because we've been putting $250 in per month over those 10 years, which is $30,000, which is a total of $40,000. But now we have increased almost another $30,000, $27,932.91. This is money that we did not put in this account. This is money that has just increased, that has just really over 10 years have grown based on this compound interest strategy. So that's why I always say, even if you don't start with, $500 or $400, that even if you can start with $100, $50 or something, start with something, and then you can increase over time as your income increases. Not only that, it is good to, have retirement accounts at your job. If your job offers retirement accounts, then it's good to, at least start with about 5% of your income that would come out. I think it's tax-free. It's tax-free money. So when you get your return on it later on, you don't have to pay the taxes back, which is also a really good thing to understand. And even there, you can increase the level of the percentage amount that you put in from your check every week or every couple of weeks. Whenever you get paid, you can always increase that level that they are taking out. And again, this is helping towards your overall retirement fund that you are going to need when you get older, that you are going to need when you get to a certain point. We don't want to work our whole lives. We don't want to be depending on anybody. And, especially for those that are connected to me, I just want to let you guys know and encourage you. Start now. Do something different now. Pay yourself first. I've heard that, this is one of the principles of just wealth building, is just paying yourself first, just believing that, you are worth that. You are worth that much, just to give your future a chance, just to give your generations to come a chance, so that you would have something built for them when they come. The Bible says that a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So his grandkids, those that, you're not even thinking about right now. Like, I have 2 kids, they're 9 and 2 years old. And I would not even be, thinking about right now my grandkids from these children. But the Bible says that a good man, that he considers that they're going to one day be in a place where, they're going to have needs. And it's so much better when you've already put them in a position to be set for life, to be set for the things of their future, because we have taken the responsibility today. We have been diligent today to make the efforts to make sure that they did have what they needed. So guys, if anything, I just wanted this to encourage you, just to kind of give you a little boost, just to give you a little reminder to continue to work out these things, to continue to work towards these things, because in the end, you're going to look back and be so happy that you did. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, to my videos. If you have any questions or comments, please comment and let me know what kind of ways that you are preparing for your retirement, and maybe what kind of things are stopping you from preparing for your retirement. But we'll talk soon, guys. I love you guys, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.